I heard a guy say years ago that a lot of people, when they're younger, they give up their health for their wealth, and then they end up giving up their wealth for their health. And, just anybody that hasn't done 75 hard, I would encourage you to do it. You can Google it. It's a challenging program,
Mhm.
but I think the wisdom and the traction you'll get from doing it is worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody can say they don't have enough time, but you choose
Yeah,
what
we
you
got
got
it.
time for, you know.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds. Super excited to be here today. We have another fantastic guest, and he's going to talk to you about land development. And so I'm excited, got to know this guy a little bit, and I really believe that you guys are really going to enjoy this conversation. And so I would love to introduce you guys to Mr. Tom White. Mr. Tom, how you feeling today, sir?
Good, Quentin. Hope you are, bud.
Man, doing good. Like I said, excited to have you on. I believe you and I got a good rhythm, and I believe the people are really going to be able to digest and love what you're going to say. And so, Tom, I'll be honest, man, I want to dive in. I want you to take the people into your world. Tell them what your main focus is these days. If you want to give us a little bit of an origin story of kind of how you got started in real estate, we love origin stories. And if you want to tell them, where your market is, who you're serving, we would love to know that too. So, Tom, sir, the floor is yours, man.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. See, I grew up about 30 minutes outside of Raleigh, North Carolina, just east, and I've had another business for a while, and then transitioned into construction probably about 2016, working with a friend of mine doing grading for a lot of the production builders. And then in 2019, transitioned into just doing land development for myself. I thought there was some other opportunities, and for the most part, I've pretty much always have worked for myself since since I was 18. I might have worked for someone or a company for 5 years. So, since I'm 43 now, so 5 years isn't that long I've always just been a independent, driver, and we own some real estate rentals, previously too. And, just, saw a need where we were having such a housing shortage in, the 18s, especially once COVID hit, that I started doing some development. Started the first one in Nash County. It was a small 47 lot subdivision. And then now we've been able to grow it to about 4,000 units under development. Some of those are apartments, but for the majority of it's single family detached.
I love it, man. You guys, you're growing. I love how you say, for the most part, this has kind of been what you're doing. You haven't had, I ain't gonna say the real job because this is a job. This is what you do, and this keeps you busy. This is how you make it in donuts. But I love, man, how you worked yourself up to success, And I want to pick your brain a little bit, Tom, about strategies, right?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And I want to ask this question, and I would love you to answer it two ways, because I'm sure you have business strategies that you have identified that works for you. But I'm also wondering, do you have any personal strategies that work for you? You look like you may go to the gym a little bit, you look like, you may have some personal routines that kind of, settle you in as a person. So I would love to know, what are some of your business strategies and what are some of your personal strategies that you found that's helped you have success?
Uh, a lot of it. So yeah, a lot's changed in the past couple of years. We we actually started an oil and gas company too, and put me on the road a lot, which is really how I transitioned more into the residential development too, in between the construction. Because I've
Mm-hmm.
always been self-employed, and I grew up. There were 6 of us in a 2-bedroom trailer off of a dirt road, and so growing up, we always we never thought we were poor. I don't think you ever realize how poor you are till you get out. And then when we were doing the oil and gas, my brother still has that company. I think they employ about 150 people now. But I was always striving for more, and then kind of went through a divorce in that time period, and it hit me like a ton of bricks that I say that I'm always doing this stuff for my kids, but at the end of the day, what's the point in doing it for your kids if your kids don't even know who you are?
Yeah.
And
Mm.
kind of a little bit before the divorce, I started working on, do this program called 75 Hard
Mm.
each year. And it's really it really helps get your mind in focus. And I think once you get your mind in focus, you can get your body in focus, because you realize you have to put a priority on your health so you can
Yeah.
run at the maximum optimization. So I really do focus a lot on that. Going to the gym every day is my non-negotiable.
Yeah.
I do.
Mm.
I was, I played sports when I was younger and played rugby some too.
Yeah.
And then when I was 32, I got up 295 pounds,
Mhm.
and I'm only 6 foot, and so through that I transitioned. I got down to 220, and I'm about 250 now, but I'm a healthy 250.
Yeah.
And just seeing how optimal you are going through that 75 hard where you don't drink and you are working out constantly, you see how much more efficient you are, and how, everybody talks about momentum, but it has a lot to do with it once you get that ball rolling. And it's just kind of going back to what we were saying, my first development was 47 lots. Took me 2 years to get to 200. And then the following 2 years, we went a little bit over 2,000. We went from 200 to 4,000 total. So you can just
Yeah.
see, once you get everything in gear and you kind of stay focused, how much really momentum does kick in. And a lot of what I do is I don't fight with all the big boys in the Raleigh Durham markets. I ended up picking up some opportunities in Raleigh and Durham, but I think just growing up a little bit outside and having a good relationship with a lot of farmers and landowners in what we call the secondary, tertiary markets has really given us the ability to grow at the rate that I've been able to grow. Because not only can you put on a suit and tie and deal with the negotiations at the public companies, which is who we mainly sell to, the Lennars and NVRs, guys like that, but you can also relate to the generational farmer who's looking to pass down uh, some wealth to his kids and grandkids. And so that's what's really helped us focus, is just staying in the secondary markets and providing an affordable product to the workforce community of Raleigh and Durham.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Now, man, so Tom, honestly, man, thank you for your gift of vulnerability and your gift of transparency. You didn't have to share what you shared, but you did. And so I'll go on record with you too, man. Yeah, I've been through a divorce. And when I went through a divorce, I lost over 100 pounds because, like you said, you start to get your mind right, right? You start to get your mind right. You start to understand that your mental health is kind of your first priority. And then as the mind goes, as you so eloquently said, the mind goes, the body goes. So I started getting into gym, working out 5 times a week. And I, lost, transformed my body. I too went down about 220. And my highest was like 360. So, I went down to 220. And then when you start working on your mind, you start working on your body, and then you kind of regress. And that's what I did. I started putting in the work and I started to regress. And so now I'm remarried. I got this weight back on, but it's like now I got to get my mind back to the position of working out, doing the things I need to do health wise, mentally, that's going to transition to my physical health. And that's what I've been doing, man, for the last, I would say 3 months. I've been consistently working out about 3 days a week, and I'm down about 2 pant sizes, down about 2 shirt sizes, and now I'm getting back into kind of reshaping my body. And so I just wanted, I said that to say I feel what you said, and thank you for your transparency because that really means a lot to me because I hear you. I hear what you're saying, and I believe every business owner, when I ask them that question, they tell us something that centers them. Like the business success is wonderful, but if you're not having personal success in your life, it's hard for you to sustain that business success. And I think what you just shared kind of keeps proving that over and over. And so I don't know, man. How did that land with you? Did that make sense to you, brother?
No, it did. And I heard a guy say years ago that a lot of people, when they're younger, they give up their health for their wealth, and then they end up giving up their wealth for their health. And, just anybody that hasn't done 75 hard, I would encourage you to do it. You can Google it. It's a challenging program,
Mhm.
but I think the wisdom and the traction you'll get from doing it is worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody can say they don't have enough time, but you choose
Yeah,
what
we
you
got
got
it.
time for, you know.
Absolutely.
And so uh it's just if success is important to you, if your family's important to you, I think you should do this because it really does help you gain traction in so many areas that it's worth the 75 days of hard that you think it's going to be. And I mean, it's another thing that I walk around saying a lot, uh, doing what we do is hard, but so is being broke. So I'll rather choose what I choose. I'm choosing the hard of what I do. You're going to choose the hard. It's just, you don't realize at the moment what hard you're choosing. So just knowing up front that which one you're choosing helps you go a long ways.
Yes, sir. You literally took my quote out of my mouth. I tell people every day, you got to choose the hard. You can choose to sleep in, but then you're gonna choose to not get up and attack the day. You got to choose one hard. It's gonna be a hard one way or another. And so you're absolutely right, man. And speaking of hard, obviously you do hard things. I mean, you got 175 hard has changed your life, but then just listening to how you went through adversity, you obviously can do hard things. And so within your business, has there been any adversities that you had to face as you was building? Deals go sideways, sometimes you have to pivot fast. So is there things within your business, obstacles that you had to overcome?
Well, I mean, I think as a entrepreneur, you're never more than a few days away from a complete reset, right? Because I mean,
Mm.
you I didn't get to nearly 4,000 lots by being complacent. So I'm always pushing the envelope as hard as I can. And I'm confident in the decisions that I make.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
But at the same point, there's always, whether it be new legislation, there's always something that can definitely derail you. I mean, um, we've had approvals take much longer. I mean, there's a lot of things that uh, are hard,
Yeah.
that, but so I don't, maybe you need to ask the question. I think I kind of got on a little tangent. What was your
Oh,
question one
no,
time?
no, 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 man. I'll ask it again, but if your answer is your answer, but I was just saying, have you faced any adversity as you built your business, as your business wise?
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think, well, for this year, I think the biggest, probably just this year, the biggest adversity is I'm 106 lots behind schedule on cash
Okay.
flow just because of the interest rates. We had a subdivision that was supposed to close in April. Then the power
Mm.
company didn't show up for 160 days. And then, and so, I mean, that's one, interest rates being up. So yeah, it's constant adversity. And it's just like with any business that what you're facing one day will be a complete, like you'll figure out the solution to that and you'll face new problems. And I mean, some of the problems I was facing this year, I told a buddy of mine, I said, these do seem at some point insurmountable. But what's
Mm.
funny is you face these problems today and you know that the next set of problems is going to be that much bigger and that much more interesting or difficult to challenge to solve. So that's the cool but unnerving part of having your own business. As soon as you solve one set of problems that seem unsolvable,
Something
you have
else.
a new set. Yeah.
Yeah. I love how you said as soon as you solve one set of problems that seem unsolvable, here come another whole set that's like that. Listen, I just solved something that seemed unsolvable. Here come a whole another set. So no, I
I
appreciate
think,
that
and if
perspective. Yeah.
no, no matter what you do, right? I mean, whether it's podcasting, when you're the first days you were going, the problems you had seemed like, man, I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. And now
You, you
you
talking?
deal with those problems every day. And so I think no matter what your career is, you can look back and everybody can relate to that.
No, man, no true words have been spoken. You're absolutely right. When I think about some of the connectivity problems that I was having, internet problems I was having, it's like, at the time they seemed very, very big because it's like, how do I figure this out? So you are exactly right. No matter what occupation you in, there's like them growing pains, right?
Yeah.
I'm reading a book. It's called Gradually Then Suddenly. It says, let me make sure I get this right. It says things start at impossible, and then it goes to hard, and then it goes to done. So when you first looking at it, it seems impossible, but then you start it, and it's like this is hard. But then once you get past the hard, you look back and like, dang, I'm done. I literally did the impossible, all because I started. It got hard, but now it's done. And so, yeah, man, I hear you on that, man, for sure.
Well,
For sure.
again, I hate to bring up the gym again, but like that's the most easily relatable thing probably because it's the first time you go to the gym, the bar's probably heavy. And then you add two, a quarter on each side, and then you add a 45 on each side. And the next thing you know, you got a couple of 45s on each side. But everybody's baseline is pretty much the same, 0. And so
Mm-hmm.
you just continues to endure the pain each and every day. Not that entrepreneurship is painful, but it has its
Yeah,
pain moments for sure. And so
absolutely.
you just continue to face the challenges every day. And like what you just said, you look back, after 8 years and you're mentioned 315 10 times, right? But
Yeah.
you continue to face it every day and now it's done, like you said.
Mm. Man, so well said, bro. Let me ask you, what's the next real goal for you, sir? Business wise, personal wise, definitely business wise. But what's the next real goals for you?
So right now I'm focusing more on retaining more units for rentals. 'Cause I mean, I make a little bit of money doing development,
Mhm.
but it becomes such a tax problem too that now I'm focused more on building more, uh, just rental communities. So like, I've got one that I'm working on right now. It's 128
Mhm.
townhome units.
Mhm.
And so it's, I'm going to start doing more of a mix and hopefully just be able to, not that I want my kids to really, I want my kids to have a little bit of comfort in their life, not a whole lot. 'Cause
Yeah.
them to be able to, I want them to endure some of the same things that I've endured, but for
Mhm.
myself,
Yes, sir.
just to have an amount of wealth that, if I decide to pass it on to my kids or decide to pass it on to the church, whatever organization I choose to, that
Yeah.
that whenever I do get done, I get to heaven. And everybody wants to say when you get to heaven,
Well
God says,
done,
"Well
my good
done,
and
my."
faithful servant.
Yeah. And I don't
Yes,
like that.
sir.
So I don't want to, I don't like that. So everybody says they want to hear, "Well done, my good and faithful servants." I want to get up there and God be like, "Damn, dude," he said, "I gave you this much potential and you lived up to 95% of it. Congrats."
Mm,
Instead of,
mm,
he said, "Man, I gave you all this potential and you only used this little bit." I want him to get up there and
mm.
be like, "Dang, son, you did good." So,
Ooh,
and like I said, it's not, having the cars and the toys and all that is a lot of fun. But at the same point, just seeing the impact that you can have on communities. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough. I've been to over 50 countries and just
mm,
you seeing how you can help people that really don't have that much opportunity and how you can change the trajectory of a kid's life
yeah,
with just a few things.
yeah,
It's pretty cool. Then money is a tool. You can either use the brick that you buy with the money to build a strip club, or you can build an orphanage with it.
yeah, yeah,
So it's just, I look at money as a tool to
yeah,
help
yeah.
others a lot.
Man, so I'm so glad you brought that up about helping others. It sounds like some of these trips may have been mission trips. You can, check me if I'm wrong, but it is just, and I even heard you earlier when you talked about generational farmers and like helping that community and their kids. So it just seemed like to me, the value of building healthy relationships. And so I just want to talk a little bit about what's your perspective when it comes to building relationships and helping people. Has building relationships really impacted you in a positive or negative way?
Well, it's 100% positive. And I'll go back to that first 47 unit subdivision that I talked about. That was my first one. That was the first one in that community.
Mm.
And when I was there getting my subdivision approved, I remember at the end of the meeting, the police chief was offered a raise. The police chief deferred his raise onto his officers because the town didn't have enough money to give everybody a
Wow.
raise. Well,
Wow.
now I've been able, through the projects that I've done in that town, we've grown the population of that town 40%. So now that
Wow.
town has three new officers, new cop cars, several other
Mm,
new equipment. And,
mm,
what I do wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the relationships that I built with the engineers, the surveyors, some of the farmers. There's one family that I buy at least 100 acres a year off of, and that we continue to do business because I've done what I said I was going to do with those guys in the past with their
mm.
family. And so they're willing to, sell a chunk off to me each year,
Yeah.
and it works out well.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, I've learned a lot, since I've had several businesses, just being able to see how the relationships go further than the money.
Yeah.
If you have somebody take advantage of you, they might have made $100,000 on that one transaction, but they're losing out on millions because they didn't value the relationship. They valued the money. And
Yeah.
I think if you value the person, the money will come.
Absolutely. Man, you saying so many things that I try to share on a daily basis, every episode. I always say people are the real currency. Like you said, you value relationship, everything else will come. Like if you invest in people, the resource could come, and the resource may come money, and may come with getting, something passed that you need to get passed. Like you even talked about with the police. I can't even say I can't remember his position, but him deferring his raise because everybody else can't get the raise that he's getting, for how it has affected the community in a positive way. Like that, people are the real currency, and when you invest in people, you get an amazing return on your investment. And so I hear you loud and clearly, man. I hear you loud and clearly. Tom, man, this has been a privilege, man. I thank you so much. If someone wanted to reach out to you, man, connect with you, collaborate with you, how would they get in contact with you, Tom?
LinkedIn is probably the best way. The email or the URL is LinkedIn/Thomas P is in Paul White, like the color. And then they can obviously go to my website is axiom-land, LAND, and that's AXIOM as in Mary -land, LAND.com.
Sure.
And either one of those. I don't do much social media, but I am on LinkedIn.
Got you.
So
Got you. Well, listen, y'all heard Tom, sir. I thank you so much, man, for your time. I thank you so much for your story. Definitely thank you so much for your perspective, man. This has been refreshing. I knew this was going to be a great episode, but it actually exceeded my expectations, man. So thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate you so much. Dude, you as well, man. So listen, everyone, y'all got the value from Mr. Tom. Y'all got the value. I told you we're going to continue to bring up incredible people like Mr. Tom. So I just need y'all to make sure you are subscribed. You do not want to miss out on these amazing conversations. So, Mr. Tom, I thank you again. And to everyone else, we will see you on the next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.